Yes. Well, I think we're all well aware of the tragedy of the Middle Passage, and how many ancestors were lost in the Middle Passage. But thinking about scientifically, biologically, those who survived the Middle Passage, and why this is relevant to our full conversation, the Gullah community is one of the last places in this country where we have a relatively speaking, isolated population of folks in which there may be an opportunity to answer some of these questions. The conversation we were having was being able to survive the Middle Passage, the transatlantic slave trade, was predicated on being able to sustain dehydration. The question I asked, and the question that several others have asked, is, well, was there something unique about the individuals who survived? Were they better able to concentrate the fluids in their body so that they would not suffer the ravages of chronic dehydration as they cross the Atlantic? Is there something that survives for us uniquely as a result of survival of the fittest relative to the transatlantic slave trade? One of our early pioneers in hypertension, in Dr. Elijah Saunders at the University of Maryland, posed this question and really raised the prospect that we need to understand the contribution of slavery, of the Middle Passage, on the ongoing health concerns of our people. Yet this area of science remains unexplored. His hypotheses were, and this is in the 1970s, were so novel and so antithetical to the way that the broader, rather conservative medical institutions think about the impacts, the social impacts on health and health status, that Elijah Saunders' work was viewed as almost heretical. And I mention that to you because now we're coming back to a place where we can explore again. Well, what about those individuals who survived the Middle Passage? We have the opportunity, and their descendants, obviously, the American descendants of slavery. Shouldn't we take a look at that? Shouldn't we support those individuals who have an interest in that area of scholarship? Shouldn't we understand, is there something unique about having survived that experience? And not to mention what has come since then. So this is all tied into the same focus on outcome disparities. You have outcome disparities that I just talked about that are rooted in approaches to treatment, and those approaches to treatment are unquestionably based on racism, based on inequities in the way that people were treated historically, that really require a revealing. And right now, I'm just trying to raise some awareness amongst my colleagues, many of whom don't buy the notion that, number one, that we are more alike than different, and number two, that there are contributions based on racism, not race, but racism, on healthcare status. And that's really where I really want to make sure that your listeners have awareness to, it's not race, it's racism. It's not race, it's racism. And thinking about the contributions of racism, longitudinally on our people.